I wasn't even a cat person. I mean, I made fun of cat people the way everyone else did. But I cannot imagine not having a cat now. My name is Allie Willis, and I am, it's always been a mystery, what am I? I'm a Grammy-winning songwriter, artist, technologist, currently writing the Broadway version of The Color Purple as a musical, and that's what I do. Living in a 5-cat house. It's very interesting. You have to spread the guilt between all 5 of them, just taking care of everyone being absolutely special. So I never just like walk across the house. It's no more than 10 steps and then, you know, bending down, petting someone, kissing someone, dragging a feather, you know, from room to room. But it's, you know, it's more like being a cruise ship director than someone living in a house. I think between the 5 of them, it's all parts of my personality, and that I respond to them that way. Nibbles, the fact that she has an emotional block that no matter what perfect conditions are put in front of her, she can't quite overcome. That obviously represents a massive part of me. Celie, I think the bold adventurer spirit that despite the worst conditions in the world and thinking that everything is gone, that life can pick up, you know, like that, and then given those conditions you can excel and turn into the queen. Niblet, just, you know, curious, always in everything, but then once she gets it, not 100% sure, you know, that she wants it, I would say that is it. Sweet potatoes, very, very sweet, but mischievous. Gravy, because Gravy was too scared to be captured, and then showed up, allowed himself to be captured, and he's really just a sweet cat who enjoys living inside and having certain comforts. I can totally see myself in them. Well, I was driving home one day, and as I turned the corner, I saw this teeny little cat without a tail. And I immediately pulled the car over, and she ran. You know, I tried to catch her like immediately. And I think she used to live in an alley a couple blocks away because I used to follow her home. Friends of mine used to follow her home. People would come over and go, oh, I just saw, you know, Nibbles outside. And then I had a dog, Pickles, who I was incredibly attached to. And when Pickles died, the very next day, there was Nibbles sitting on the front lawn. So I thought, okay, this is meant to be. And that's when I started really aggressively feeding her. And I became obsessed with this cat. And for about 2 years, kept trying to feed her. And got to the point where I could get within about 20 feet of her, but that was it. And was building cat houses. I commissioned someone to build a replica of this house that I put in the backyard. Everything. But I just couldn't get her to warm up. And then one day someone pointed up on the roof and said, oh my God. I heard screaming on the back porch, and I came out and everyone's hand was going like that, and they were pointing right back there to where those steel panels are with the round circles, and there were 5 kittens up on the roof. There's a shed behind there that's 12 feet tall, and on top of the shed there were 5 little kittens running around. I was going to keep one of the little kittens, you know, catch them all. I paid someone, I was terrified of bringing up kittens. I actually paid someone to come to the house every day, take care of them in the little cages. And I eventually ended up keeping 3 of them. You know, finally got all, you know, I decided who I was keeping. I, you know, got all the cats to new homes. And literally 55 days later, same 3 people out on my back porch. I hear screaming. I come out, they're screaming again. She had another litter. So she ended up having 2 litters of kittens, exactly 55 days apart, on my roof. So went through the exact same thing again, and then after I finally gave all the cats away, heard more, screaming in the backyard, and came out, and one of the little cats that had escaped from the original thing, it in fact was little Gravy, who I caught. So she had 11 kittens in 55 days. And then I finally caught Nibbles, and we're going on 3 years, and have any of us yet to make contact with her, but she's successfully taken over the entire downstairs of my house, so just living the life of Riley. I live in the beautiful San Fernando Valley of Los Angeles. My house was built in 1937 as the party house for MGM. And it's actually my cat's house, and I am presently a boarder in it. I'm an avid collector of modern 50s, 60s, and 70s, everything, from furniture, memorabilia, cars, clothes, everything. And I was very, very strict about nothing should vary, from those decades. I always thought the cat furniture was just completely hideous. I would go into people's houses and just be, mortified at these giant, cat environments. But someone gave me a cat tree, and the second that I saw them climb on this, that's all I wanted to do was cover the house with cat trees. I'm such a style freak, so the fact that there's now the litter box in the dining room, where there used to be great, everything based on space, like the ultimate modern home. Now wherever there's room, there's a cat tree jammed in. Definitely, I'm working around them. Whatever their needs are, I'm still trying to keep it somewhat stylish, but it gets sacrificed because of what they need. Even when I know it's ruining the space aesthetically, it's like warming it up for the heart so much that it's worth it. There's 28 TVs in the house, a couple satellites, but then security cameras, which I installed mainly to keep track of the cats. So we've got the living room, kitchen, that's the art studio, which should be there. Downstairs, where I don't see the little kitty, bedroom, room we're in. I put the security cameras in because when they were little kittens, when I first let them out of the cage, I would hear racket going on all over the house. It was like, oh my God. So I started putting cameras in one by one, and eventually got them in every room in the house. So I've got multi-screens where I can kind of get an overview of where they are, and then I can go, close in every room. I can bring it up on the net too. Now I travel with 2 laptops, so I have one to do my work on, one to just keep the house up on. So I know more about what those cats are doing while I'm away than when I'm here. You see a little bit of white? She's on the stereo. She's going to the window.